So about 2 years ago, I said to Gyp, I think I'd like to produce a CD. And we get all the bands who've played for us or who would want to play, because we still had bands saying, well, can I play next time? So it was getting rather large. So, we asked everybody, and we drafted a letter between us. And we thought, well, we'll get somebody to... The one stipulation was it should be original material. We wanted original material. Not necessarily about the boys, but just a song in memory of the boys. And we ended up with 17 artists, I think, altogether.
Isn't that incredible? It's a perfect example, as you say, of the community coming together. And, Gyp, I think that the wonderful thing about this is it just highlights how important music is and how not only it brings a community together, but it can heal, can't it?
Very much so, yeah. I mean, they'd been to the football, music's a big part of football stadiums, crowds singing, funerals, music. It's just everywhere, isn't it? It's part of life, it's we can't imagine life without it.
Exactly. I mean, I take it they were music fans themselves, Jacques and Torin.
Jacques was a very well-respected guitarist.
Yeah.
I think he always... Well, he started playing with local bands when he was about 15, 16. And I think he was really highly rated. And he always played with older musicians. So a lot of them thought, that he had great things in him. He was going to go on and be really, really, really good. And there's a couple of clips that we are on YouTube that you do get of him. That when he's flying, he's really, really. You can see how good he is. I mean, his technique was really good, and he also had a really wide range of music. It wasn't very limited, and he picked up things so very quickly. So he was only playing with, ever since he was 15, he was only playing with older musicians. So, were well respected on the pub circuit.
It was a really good way to learn, isn't it? It's what the likes of Davy Knowles did in his time as well.
Well, yes. I mean, Davy's a classic example of people who did that.
Yeah.
So, Jacques was heading the same way. I mean, when he went to London, he only took a few clothes and his guitar. So I was hoping that things would work out there for him, because I could see him getting picked up by bands in London where there was a bigger music scene, because he was so adaptable. He was so talented.
So what a beautiful way to sort of keep the memory alive with this CD.
Well, that's it. And Torin was, he was talented in his own way. He was a great pianist. He just loved piano. And at Christmas they used to, we had to get. That was the first Christmas that they'd ever been away, and we'd had every Christmas together, since for 18 years. And Jacques said he wasn't going to be able to come back because he was planning to work that Christmas. And every Christmas, when we could, they were playing acoustic guitar and Torin played the piano. And he did a really good version of Billy Joel's The Piano Man, Torin.
Oh, what a song.
And, and that's pretty impressive for,
It is.
And he was only 19 when he died, so God knows
talent.
what he could have done.
Real talent. Well, Gyp, you have been tasked with pulling together this fabulous CD, and it has so much variety on it. I mean, we should mention the opening track in itself is something very special, isn't it?
Yeah. Bill Strutt, who's a local poet, bard, good guy, a friend of everyone involved in the project. He came to the studio and he said, right, be prepared for this, Gyp, because I didn't know what he was going to do. And then he went and did his poem, which is a sort of matter-of-fact account of what happened on that day when everybody lost Jacques and Torin. And it's powerful. It's powerful stuff. So we did some music. I did some music to go with it, partly possibly from my perspective to try and soften the blow a little bit, because it was really impactful. But it's a brilliant piece. And then spoke to Ray, and Ray and Sarah decided it should open the album, which I thought made a lot of sense. It shouldn't be kind of at the end. It needs to set the scene, because that's what the album is about. Essentially, is about the story and, you know, how people heal and what have you. So it made sense to set the scene for the album.
And then we talk about the variety on it. So opening with that, and then you've got everything from Mablanig, which is Bruno Kavlek's project, through to the Balags and Bahuki, and you've got Mad Daddy on there. You've got Jordan Edge. I didn't know this, but a fabulous thing, this Jordan Edge track as well. Marky Moon, you're on it as well, Ray.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did a couple of tracks. I actually wrote 3 of them, but I've only sung one, and that was quite nice. It was got an ex-pupil to play the piano on it, which is beautiful. I mean, but the funny thing about it was I insisted with Gyp that I didn't hear any of the tracks until we'd finished it. So I'd never heard any of the things. So, and when Gyp said, right, we've got everything now, he sent me a copy of what we intended to send off, and that was the first time I'd heard it. So,
Gosh, that must have been so emotional.
Yeah.